Hey everyone, stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, let the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we post videos, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. And if you want to watch the live stream, link is below in the description as well. Now, if you made money today, comment below, got paid. If you lost money today, comment below, learned a lesson. If you could do me a big favor, hit the like button if you like it, if you like the YouTube content that we're pushing out on a daily basis. Now, to get into it, I did make a little bit of money today. I was up a couple $100. Kind of show you here quick. It's after hours, so my gains for MNQ got wiped out. I was up about $150 today on MNQ with my orders here. But JP Morgan, I made $70 in Boeing. I made $25. So not a huge day. I'm keeping my size still relatively small because we have a lot of unknowns. We have, obviously there's unknowns about the election. There's unknown about, vaccines, COVID, and that's, kind of my biggest point that I'm bringing up here today. Kind of where I think I'm at. I did go long the NASDAQ as it is pushing up here, but I am definitely a little bit concerned. If you take a look at the Qs, like I said yesterday, I did think we were going to get pushed up to like the 290. Here we are at 290. Can we go 295 on the Qs? Absolutely. But I'm kind of starting to think that things may get a little tired here. If we look at SPY as well, SPY is blasting off. I thought it could come up to 360. It did tap up. It did close up right now after hours at 357. I do think it can go up to 360, but I do think there's some warning signs in the market, and I think that the market's kind of underpricing that now. Everything is kind of crazy now because of the potential Biden win and because we have a quote-unquote vaccine that's coming out soon. We don't actually have the details, but that's why the market was moving. I think the market is underestimating the impact of Corona going into the winter when we don't have a vaccine. We have cases up now, 132,000 daily. Deaths, hospitalizations are going up. New York imposed curfews on restaurants, bars, and gyms just today. Earlier this week, also, we did the same. I live in Illinois. Same thing in Illinois. And they are threatening, what they call what do they call it? Shelter in place, which is AKA lockdown, stay in your house. So they're threatening this again. As this goes on, obviously, as the winter months are here, it's not getting better in these northern states, as we're finding out. Like Illinois is just running rampant. New York, we're off the charts. I mean, things are getting crazy right now. So I think looking at the prices, a lot of the COVID stocks, looking at Zoom, looking at Amazon. I mean, Zoom fell pretty hard all the way down to 366. I mean, these stocks are starting to recover. Now, this is good for tech. I mean, this fell way down over the last couple of days, from being 500 down to 366, but now it's starting to make a pretty nice recovery. If we look at Peloton as well, Peloton dropped like a rock, is looking like it wants to fill the gap now to the upside. Now, one of the concerns that I was also looking at is I've been shorting Boeing. I kind of got, today I kind of got a little bit trapped in this. I shorted this spike here, and then when it came back down, I sold. So I shorted this kind of, I guess you want to call it a bull flag now, but it popped back up. I was down a little bit. It double topped out here. So my entry wasn't the best. So when it came back down to green, I got out. But looks like we faded all day. And that's what I've been talking about. Stocks that were pumping on the vaccine news are now all fading. They're all fading. I mean, look at Boeing. It's coming back down. Sub 180. Going to definitely be in trouble. I mean, Boeing sub 180 is going to come back down to like the 170 level, 160 level. Disney also, they're kind of fading. The only thing I think that's holding them up is that they have earnings coming up tomorrow. So I don't think it's selling off as bad, but Disney's back up at pre-COVID levels. TLT. Bonds, 20-year bonds, they're leveling out too on that news. I mean, we dropped from 160s down to the 154 area, but now it's kind of leveling out. And if you looked at what happened last time, we're in bounce territory where this could definitely ramp back up to the 160, 165 level. Volatility has been going down. Like if we look at VIX volatility, but midday, last couple of days, look at this. Last time, it was tapped around 23, ramped up in the close, and then, sold off some. Volatility looks like it wants to ramp up again. When it came down to 22.40 the other day, came all the way up the following day, up as high as 26, and then just dropped like a rock. But I think that the market is underpricing what's about to happen, and we're going to get smacked in the face with it. So right now, I'm trading very small side. I'm going in low and slow. I'm just taking my 10, 15% gainers on the options day trades and getting out. And, I'm stacking wins like that, and it's okay. You don't have to, when I'm looking at Boeing, people are like, well, you should have got back in and you should have. I saw the trade. It was looking great. I didn't get back in, but it is what it is, when you're done trading for the day, it's okay to kind of step back. Don't give up your gains. I was up pretty decent within the first hour of the day. Why keep trading? The more you trade, the more risk you're going to confront, right? You're going to have more risk. Amazon, another COVID, technically they're calling it a COVID stock, but I don't think, in my opinion, people's behaviors are going to change when the pandemic's done. We rely so heavily on Amazon as a company right now. I don't think that's going to change. I think people, if anything, more people are going to be getting used to the way to order online, groceries and all that. And now they're, especially in the Chicago area where I'm at, they're putting up brick and mortar Amazon Fresh stores. So they bought Whole Foods, and then now they're putting brick and mortar Amazon Fresh stores. That's going to increase their ability and their exposure. So it's they kind of worked it backwards. Like, okay, let's put all the brick and mortar out of business, and then let's go into the brick and mortar. It makes sense. It totally makes sense. But here we are. But Amazon, I was kind of eyeing like this 3K level, and this is making a pretty nice recovery back up to 3,200. I think Amazon's going to do some amazing numbers for the holidays. Amazon Prime was amazing. Black Friday is coming up, so I really think that this is going to pop back up. But we want to be very careful. The Dow pretty much cratered, gave up all its gains today, and I think a lot of those gains are probably going to go into tech. A lot of the tech stocks as COVID ramps up, and if we have shelter in place, we're going to be relying on that technology. Now, I'm not trying to be like a doomsdayer. I'm not trying to be like. I'm just trying to see where the market's heading, where we can make a play, where we can make money, and that's pretty much what my agenda is. I'm just calling it as I see it. Now, things could change. So if they say, hey, we're going to have a vaccine out in November or December, then that changed my perspective, right? And that's the thing with the market. You have to be able to change, have to be able to shift positions. When you get stuck on an idea or stuck on a way and it doesn't go that direction, you have to learn how to pivot. You just have to. It's a skill that you need. But if you look at the Dow, this thing, sold off, popped up, sold off, and then popped up again. So I'm assuming we're going to be probably having some red days on the Dow. The Dow had a nice run, but I think it's going to come back down to this 28,000 level, ideally, just kind of mid-range of where it's been this year. Now, gold has also been kind of bottoming out here at 1850. So, we're going to kind of see what happens here. But one of the worrying thing is obviously the dollar has been ramping up. Dollar just off the chart. So right now everything's going up. The stock market's going up. The dollar's going up. Dollar's at lows. Pretty much cratered on the vaccine news, which was making the stock market's going up. But as the dollar goes up, you want to be careful for what the stock market does. We're kind of in a interesting scenario here. Bonds flatlining potentially could go up. Now, if all these things go down, stock market goes up, then that's what it is. But this is kind of the way that I'm seeing it right now. Airlines as well, they've also sold off pretty big. Delta Airlines cratered. It's down almost 6% today, looking like it's going to come back down to the 31 to 32 range. United Airlines, doing the same formation, was down almost 4% today. Southwest Airlines giving up gains as well, almost 4%, hit almost high of almost tagged 50, and it's coming back down to 47. So that's how I'm watching. It's like kind of like the vaccine buzz is going down. Even Pfizer, we've seen this before with Gilead, where the vaccine news comes out, they get pumped and then they drop, and that's exactly what's happening with Pfizer right now. Pfizer's hit almost 42, is now 38. So be very, 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 very careful. If you watch this video to the end, comment watch to the end, and as always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.